Millions of taxpayer dollars have been set aside trying to help Charlotte families afford a place to live.
And now the debate is how to oversee all that money. Channel 9's government reporter Joe Bruno is in Raleigh with city council members as they're weighing the pros and cons of bringing in a third party to manage all that money. Joe?
Well, Charlotte City Council has a record amount of money for affordable housing, and they want to make sure they spend it all wisely, so now they're considering a new approach.
We need more focus on.
For the next couple days, Charlotte City Council is setting their goals for the year inside this ballroom of the Renaissance North Hills Hotel in Raleigh. This council has made it clear affordable housing is their top priority. For hours, council members discussed how they are going to approach the $50 million approved by taxpayers for the issue.
This is the most we've ever had. I mean, just think if we had stuck with our $15 million, where would we be today? I mean, we'd be up a creek.
In addition to the $50 million approved by voters, council is anticipating another $50 million from the private sector. To date, $21 million have been raised. To oversee all of this money, council is considering using a nonprofit to act as a fund manager. Allowing the nonprofit to oversee the funds is a new approach. It led to a mixed reaction.
Well, I don't think it's a usurpation of any kind of control or nothing like that.
The conversation that I'm most concerned about and most interested in is the city and our dollars, because it was taxpayers as well as residents and voters that came out and supported.
Councilman Braxton Winston says Charlotte City Council needs to keep an open mind and consider new approaches while tackling this issue.
We need to kind of allow ourselves to think really big in terms of we can't nickel and dime our way out of this.
Now, Joe, City Council also talked about how that nonprofit, if chosen, would handle the money as the projects come up. What did they say about that?
Well, basically, some of the responsibilities that the city would normally handle would be shifted to the nonprofit. For example, the developer's projects would go straight to the nonprofit. They would review it and ultimately come up with a recommendation. The city, though, would still be in charge of doing things like vetting the locations of the proposed projects. Erica.
All right, our Joe Bruno reporting from Raleigh. Thank you. City Council is planning to dine out tonight at Mia Francesca. It's a fine dining restaurant there in Raleigh. And of course, your tax money is going to pay for that meal. They plan to eat at Sullivan Steakhouse tomorrow. In 2017, the city racked up $4,000 at those same restaurants. A spokesperson said they have to consider several factors when choosing places, including the space. Tariq Bakari was the only city council member who would talk to us about all the expenses, and he said he plans to pay for his own dinner.